I'm just getting set up, just give me a minute. So I had a really nice sleep. I woke up though with a crooked neck. Oh, I don't know what I was doing in my sleep, but I must have been doing aerobics with my neck or something, because yeah. Okay, let me just get this sorted out. Need the source wants to be right. I think we've got it. Yep. So I spent ages remodeling this. Now I went and modelled that one, which is massive, which is the rotor assembly was 204mm by 204.7mm, and I remodelled this one. I haven't actually put a dimension on that one, but this one is that one, I think, yeah. And it's 131.6mm, which is a bit better because it's bigger than the original, but I had to scale it right because, well, I had to actually add, oops, wrong one. Well, just deleted my, right, I want this one. Right, so it's 131.6mm wide. Yeah, so I'm still waking up a bit actually, but so I'm going to be a little bit slow at the moment, but some of it was scaling and some of it was resizing, because I had to resize this because the segments are going to be about the same size, these sections here. So I had to scale the drum up, but then I had to make the inside rim smaller because it was going to be too thin on the outside. Well, it was actually, the outside would have been too thick actually. So I redid that, and then obviously we're scaling it, all my holes are the wrong size. The holes in the middle were the wrong size, so I had to go and I need to punch that hole out actually. Actually, I'm going to copy that. I'll show you why. Copy that. I'm going to erase that one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this group out, close group, then I'm going to paste in place. So I've got basically a centre point which I can use as an axis. Now I'm just going to pull that out a bit on edge, so it's not part of that group anymore, so I can still use the axis on it. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Then when I 3D print it, I don't end up with a hole filled in. So these sections are still part of that, I think. Oh, damn it, well they should be. Yeah. So what I want to do is show you what I mean. I haven't finished with these placeholders yet because so now I should have an axis point sticking out at the back somewhere. I hope. Yeah, that's my axis point. It's sticking out just a little bit. So if I edit this group, I'm hoping that I'll rotate from that axis. Let me just see if I've got the right one. I want to be centre point. So I should be able to rotate this now. Oh, wrong one. Escape a minute. I need to close that group a minute. Close component. I think I should be right now. I'm hoping. Right, try it now. I didn't have the face point couple, so let's try moving it now. Oh, nope, it's the wrong one. I want to be deeper actually in the group. Edit component. Edit group. I went too far now. Close group. Close component. Oh, maybe it's because I selected the wrong thing before, that's probably why. Hang on. Oops, I can't get this on the edge. Right. I should be able to rotate this now. Yeah, there we go. So, right, so the magnets obviously in this section and this section over here and the section over there all will be producing our power, but we have to collapse the field when it's in that, when the drum is in that position. So what I need to do is put some I need to design in some steel short circuit to short the flux out when it's in that position in the middle, which will be mounted directly in the drum. And I've also got to actually use them templates and merge them with the actual rotor assembly themselves, because at the moment they aren't. Because when it's in that position, that's when it's going to produce the power to the coil. But when it comes to that's the peak waveform, that's when the waveform will be at its highest amplitude, and when it's in that position we want the amplitude to be as low as possible, so otherwise we won't get AC obviously. Right, so I've been trying to now I've got some extra slots. I'll just escape this rotary thing because it's confusing me. I've got these extra slots on the end, this one, those extra slots for magnets if I need them, but I might not put them in straight away, because I also want to divide them slots a little bit so I can put fewer magnets in as well, because at the moment you have to basically fill the whole slot with magnets. So I want to divide it into smaller sections so I can put, because each magnet I've got is 2mm thick, so these slots need to be divided a little bit, because these neodymiums that I've got, they're very strong, and I don't want too much flux, because too much flux can be it can work against me, because then I need to create more, I need to short out more of that flux, and it becomes a bit of a problem. So it's the attenuation that's more important than the amount of flux I've got. So I need a certain amount of flux, but I also need to make sure that it's not too much, that I can't get rid of it, if you know what I mean. It's a bit like filling your bucket with water and it's overflowing. You don't want your bucket overflowing. You just want it so it's about half full, so you can carry it. I think that's a good analogy, really. So yeah, I've got the model. I'm almost ready to print this thing, and I actually sorted out my stand yesterday. I had to rescale all the holes and everything because the holes ended up massive, and I had to recut these little slots where the motor mount goes in, because they were all, when I scaled it up, they were too big, so I had to recut them out. This stand is actually pretty long. I think I can get it on the print bed though. Let's just measure between there and this end, and it's 182mm, and print bed's 200mm, so I can just about get that on the bed. Just about print that in one piece. Most of it I can print. I can print the top chassis in one piece as well, because it's a three-legged thing. It can be diagonal across the print bed, so even though it looks really big, which is a lot bigger than the actual rotor, it does fit on the print bed, which is a good thing. Only just. I probably need to thicken out this back plate, but it should be alright. It's not. It's all it does is really hold the holds everything together. It's not taking out. It's not really under stress, and that's it's 1.5 millimeters, so that wants to be a bit thicker actually. Yeah, it's a bit thin, that. This one, the front one, is 2.5 millimeters, so I need to add an extra millimeter to that back cover, and I think my slots are wrong. I think these slots want widening out a bit in this big brown holder thing, so I'm going to have to sort that out. So what I'm going to do, I need to move my support, so I'm going to go on, let's go to the, I've actually got a copy of that somewhere, yeah, maybe not, so I'm going to have to copy that thing. I think I locked everything else that's around here. Let's just have a look. I think the other stuff is locked at the moment. That's locked. That's locked because it's part of the original one. The one I scaled up really massive, so that's locked. And that's not locked. That's locked. I locked it so it wouldn't actually get scaled by, because it was linked to that one, so it separated that from the other set, and that's locked as well. I locked them anyway. So what I need to do is move all this other stuff out of the way that's locked. So I don't have so much clutter around. So let me just have a look. Right, that's locked. That's locked. That's not locked, so I'm just like, no, that one's locked. That one's locked. Lock this one. That one, not that one, not that one. So I'm going to, I need to move that, but I don't think I can move it until I unlock it. No, it won't let me, you twat. I've just selected it all as well. But guys, right. Not that one. Can't remember now, I'll get confused. Right, that's not that one. Not that one. Right, so if I unlock this lock. Oh shit, you've done it to me again. You twat. I heard it when I'm trying to unlock it all. Unlock. Right, now move it. Swing it out of the way. I'm just going to move it right out of here. I'm just going to relock it now. Right, it's all out of the way. But now I can hide it actually. I can't hide it when it's locked anyway, I don't think. Right, I just don't want to be working on the wrong stuff, and I'm trying to move everything I don't want right now out of the way. Oh, that's locked as well. Just a minute. Oh, bugger, it's just unselected itself again. Oh, you twat. Oh, I've got to unlock it, haven't I? Unlock. Where's it gone? Move it over here. Lock the damn thing again. Probably delete them later anyway, but I just don't want to delete them yet. Right, so I need to copy that back cover, this back thingy. Edit group. Hang on. group. I've got the right thing. I'll just hide it just to see. That looks like that's what I want, but I don't. No, I don't want the brackets as well. Oh, undo. Edit group. Now I've got it, I think. Alright, so that should be a component. Yeah, it is. Copy. I'll stick that over here somewhere. Just get out of all that lot. Paste over here somewhere. I'll stick it over here. Right, I'm going to flip it on the Z-axis because I want it the other way up. Flip along blue. Right, that's it. I've got it the right way up now. Easy to work on when it's the right way up. Because the red side wants to be expanded out a bit, and these little spacers want to be moved. Don't say that's part of it now. Close component. This should be in separate groups. Oh, I know why. Just a minute. Close. Oh, damn it! Come on. I hope I haven't merged this with it. Oh no, I hope not. Edit component. Oh, you twat, don't say merged. It has, it's got merged with it. So I'm going to have to cut this. Somehow it got merged and I don't know why. I must have exploded a group by mistake. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... right, I'm going to try and get it out. Oops. I didn't want it merging with it. Oh, actually I think it was merged, wasn't it? I think it was. It was the ones on the other side that weren't. The top plate was merged. So I need to basically cut that actually. I'm going to have to cut them out. Because I can't expand this thing out with them there. So let's try and cut them. Cut. Right, okay, it's got rid of it. Oops. Cut that one. I've got one on my clipboard now, you see, so I'm just going to erase this one. Erase. I've only got one on my clipboard, it only store one. So now I should be able to lift this up by a millimetre. It wouldn't do it with that thing there. Right. Point, oh, what it wants to be 1 millimetre. So that's it, 1 millimetre. Now I'm going to select, oops, I've got the wrong. Select all, connected, make a new group. Right, now I can paste that other one back in place. And then I can move it separately, paste in place. Right, make a new group with that. Make group. Now I can move that up. If it's attached to the face, you can't do that. I want to. Oh, I can't see it very well. There's going to be a gap underneath right now. Yep. So I need to measure the gap between there. I'm going to hold my shift key down so I don't lose my axis, which is the blue axis, and that is exactly 1.5 millimeters to the surface now. So I'm going to move that down along this edge. I'm going to take 1.5, 1.5. It should be on the surface now. I'll soon know if I look inside. Should see it poking through. Oh, I want to be on black and white mode. Hard to see. That's better. Oh yeah, we're touching the surface. I can see the rectangle in there. Right, now I'm going to rotate that. I need to fill that hole in a minute. Edit group. Ah! Come on, you bugger. My hand's a bit, my mouse is acting up a bit today. Probably just me. My coordination sucks. Right, so I need to select that thing. Need the middle. Oh, I'm already in the middle, good. Don't you like it when things work right? And I need to copy that again. So I want to be 120 degrees and it says 120.5, so I'm just going to type it. 1, 2, 0, press enter. Copy another one. What? 1, 2, 0. Right, so I've got 3 again. These just strengthen it quite a bit. Hopefully I'm not too close to the middle. I don't think I am. So now I can explode that. Explode it. Explode that one. So it's no longer in a group. Explode that one. And I'll select all of that. I'm going to cut and edit this group. Edit group. Now paste in place. Right. Select all of this. Select all, connected. Intersect faces with model. There we go. It should be back now. It should be back as one piece. Cut my hole again. And I'm gonna just, it looks a lot thinner because I've scaled it up. It's actually not as thin as that. It's 2.5 millimeters now, which is thick enough. Should be 2.5. Yeah. Right, I just want to hide this back face. Hide. Because we need to clear these holes out where these new pieces are, so I need to erase that. Otherwise we'll get an error. Erase that. It makes it look hollow. Erase that face, it doesn't belong there anymore. Now I'm going to bring that other one back. Hidden geometry. Unhide. Right, turn off my hidden geometry again. There we go, it's all fixed. Export. SDL. That's one thing I hate about every new day. I've got to re-navigate to my folder every time. I need to put exclusions in my CC cleaner. I don't use the new CC cleaner. I'm using the old version of CC cleaner, and I'll explain why. Apparently the new CC cleaner has been compromised. It's actually, I saw an article on the internet that the new CC cleaner that used to clean your computer is no longer safe to use. So I'm just glad I stopped updating it. Must be my ESP kicking in, telling me not to upgrade anymore, and I'm glad I didn't, because the original CC cleaner was pure open source. I think corporations have got their hands on it now, and they're actually taking people's data from it or something. If you just search the internet for CC cleaner has been compromised or something like that, anyway. I want bottom, I'm going to click on top chassis and then I'm going to change that to bottom. Bottom. Because it's the base. Right. See if it's got any errors in it. No errors. Yoo-hoo. Right, good. That's all good. I've got a lot of twiddling and tweaking to do today to it, you see, which I thought I'd go live and do it. Because I was frustrated the other day. As you know, when you're scaling things, it's very, very frustrating. So what I have to do with this top chassis now is I need to... Is my robot vacuum cleaner going or something? I'm hearing noises. No, I'm hearing things. I remember I switched the fan on in the bathroom because it was a bit stuffy this morning and I wanted to push out the air. You know, it's like when you wake up and it feels stuffy and you want to open your door. Well, it's actually a nice day outside, it's sun shining, and so if the temperature gets up a bit to in about 3 hours time, I'm probably going to open my front door, let some nice air in, because it's a nice day. Right, so I went and split these into 3 sections. I wish I hadn't now, because I need to do more work on it. So what I'm going to have to do, edit component, what I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to have to delete 2 sections of these, because it makes it easier when you, I need to fill this hole in a minute so I can rotate around there as well. You know, in SketchUp it says please select three sides to create a face. Well, I've tried that and it just doesn't work. I can't get a face to appear. The only way to do it is just draw a line through it and you get a face and then just delete the line. It's a lot less hassle. I just don't understand it. I think it's got something to do with the fact that this SketchUp version I'm using is pretty old. It's dated 2012. It's the old version. But there's a thing at the bottom. It says actually it goes up to 2002, which is yeah, it's obviously the old version, but it works. And the new version, apparently you got to buy it apparently, or pay for it. So I'm on XP, so there's no point in buying it because the newer versions won't work on XP anyway. So I would get that horrible message saying your operating system doesn't support this software, blah blah blah, and yeah, so I'm stuck with the old software, which is kind of the way I like to be anyway. I don't like upgrading everything every 5 minutes. It's just a pain in the neck, and plus all it does is invalidate your hardware eventually, because eventually it says your hardware is no longer compatible, or you need to upgrade your operating system, and then you get a message saying you need to upgrade your hardware. Well, that's all money. It means spending money all the time. Well, why bother if it works? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I say. So when my operating system gets compromised by a virus, I just restore it from using Acronis, or I use there's another one called oh shit, I can't remember it now what it's called. I think I've still got it on my computer actually. There's a free version. There's a free backup utility. I just can't think of the name. My mind's gone. It's because it's early in the morning for me. It's only 9:19 at the moment. I mean, as soon as I notice a problem, as soon as something weird happens, like I get a weird corruption on my screen, or my browser starts doing strange things, I just restore from the backup. Think, well, what if you don't know if there's a virus that's doing it? You don't know, and it's just less hassle if you do that. And so usually when I restore, it's all good again. So it's definitely something that's got into my system, and I'm just not prepared to take a chance. There's stuff out there that's not recognised, and I can't even get antivirus programs anymore because well, I think there's one antivirus program out there that works, but it just slows everything down so much I don't bother with it. So what I've got to do is I need to get rid of some of these boxes right now, because I need to I'm just gonna I'm going to rescale one. I'm going to readjust one set, and then I'm just going to copy them, you know, rotate them around. So I'm just going to go, oops. I've been sat here thinking this morning about it, and I thought, well, it's a good idea if I make it so I can put separate magnets in and space them out a bit more, because then I'll have more what's the word, attenuation on the flux if I have some shims in there as well. Because when the flux is too strong, you can't do anything with it. You just can't. I'm going to make sure I don't delete everything on the other side of this thing as well, so I'll tilt it forwards a bit. Let's make sure I haven't deleted anything else I don't want to delete. I should be on X-ray really, but we'll find out when I turn it over. Have I deleted something I shouldn't have done? Nope. But yeah, I need to do the other section as well really, but I'm just going to test it. I'm just going to delete this lot first. Oh, I know what we've done there. I have deleted something I should have done, I think. No, I haven't. I thought I had, but I haven't. Too near that edge. Let's just put X-ray on just a minute. My neck is killing me. Oh yeah, I've got all them stupid spikes going through from the front to back. I've got to get rid of them and all. Stupid things. You probably can't see them. They're so tiny. Right. Turn the X-ray back up again. So I need to keep one set because I want to alter one set, and then oops. Actually, I should be able to do the bottom side through here as well. If I just go a bit closer, I can just do the bottom side without rotating around like this. Saves me rotating everything. It might be useful to actually just highlight these, each one I'm doing. I've got a spot there I want to get rid of, but just basically... Oh, see, I've picked that inside line there. Well, it doesn't matter because I'm going to close that in a minute anyway. But just deselect that. So I could just right click and erase that like that. See what I've done there? I've just deleted my wall. I didn't want to do that. Undo. I'm just going to go fill them in first, I think. Here we go, here we go. Come on. Right, I'm just going to use my eraser. I'm going to go back to X-ray mode. Then I should be able to get them spikes as well. More control over it then. One. I don't know why I call them spikes, but it's just the sides. It's just where the walls are and connect the sides. It's just the inside thingamajiggies, whatever. Got another spike there right in its end. I don't know if you know this, but X-ray mode on SketchUp, at least the old version of SketchUp, is Alt and X. That's the Alt. I think that's right. Alt X, yeah. Alt X. I don't know if they changed it on newer versions, but. I've got some dots laying around here. I'm trying to get rid of them as well. Remnants. Hang on here. Did I actually fill them faces? Oh, I think did I actually fill them faces underneath? Hang on. Oops. Yeah, I did. It looks weird. Oops. I got lost now. There we go. Got a dot there. Tiny dots that get left behind. I don't know why. Sometimes there's a shortcut to doing this, and but the trouble is you've got to basically delete the faces on each side. I'll show you actually, because it might be worth you understanding this. So what you can do, if you've got a whole bunch of boxes like this, there is a bit of a shortcut, but it's a bit messy, because if you can't get your faces back, you're buggered. So if I was to erase that face like that and erase the other face on the other side, this is no longer part of anything. So you basically right click on it and select all connected, and as you can see it's not connected to anything else, and this thing here. So but the trouble is you've got to put your face back on. God, it sounds like I'm talking about makeup now. But anyway, but the trouble is if you can't get, trouble with that idea is that you've got to start messing about with the ones you want to keep, and you have to put faces back on them, so it's not always a shortcut. So undo. It's just a lot easier. I just do it this way. It's just less hassle. But hang on. Oh, it's still selected all of it though. That's cool. So I can right click on it now and erase. So I've got my. That's interesting. I didn't realise you could do that. So I've just discovered something as well. So I temporarily erase my faces, and everything that I'd selected previously was still there, which is cool. Right, that's worth knowing, worth remembering. So now I've got to modify these a bit, because what I want. Oops. I'm zooming into infinity when I've got my mouse in the middle of this hole. It just zooms to infinity, and it gets really scary. I want to zoom somewhere into infinity to a point where I couldn't even see the model anymore, and I was looking around, where the friggin' has my model gone? Took me ages, and I found a little option in the, is it the tool section? I'm not sure, camera section I think it was, where you could basically zoom back in on your workpiece or something. Right, so what I want to do is I'm going to leave the back one as a solid magnet area, but I want to divide these boxes at the front into 2mm sections. So I'm going to measure my ruler. I want to be 2.1. 2.1. Then I need a wall between that and that. I need to be, let's say, another. I'm going to go up to 2. No, at 1.5. Then I won't get confused about which are magnet slots. And if I go to, I'm just going to type it. 1.5. Then from there, I'm going to hold my shift key down and lock it to the other one on the other side, so it just makes it the same length. Oh, didn't work. Stupid thing. No, I've got a line that I don't want now. Delete guide. I deleted all of them. I didn't want to delete. Oh. I can't undo erase. Right, I'll put it on back. So I just want to delete that line. Right, it's done. Confusing me. Right, then I want a 2mm, 2.1. Right, so what I want, I'm just going to put some lines across here so you can see what I mean. It's a partition. Hang on a minute, just a minute, I've messed up something here. Have I? No, I haven't. I thought I had. Oops, it's filled the spacing, so I'm going to show you what I mean. Oops, that moved. I need to get close to that guide point. Right, so I've got a partition there. I want to erase that. So I want this partition in between, you see. So I've got a magnet in this hole, and I think this is going to be. This one's going to be too wide. I don't know, let's see. 2.5. Oh, that's going to work out maybe. Resize them slightly anyway. I'm talking so much, my packet's going out. Mind, I need to quit, I keep saying that, but. And that was 1.5 across there, yeah? Right, just trying to remember, I've got short-term memory problems at the moment. 1.5, I don't think, I'm going to have to push that back further, I think. I'll find out in a minute, I'm just basically experimenting a bit at the moment. So yeah, I don't have enough for a magnet at the back there unless I push that wall back, which I'm going to try in a minute. So that's my wall, and that wants to be That's only 1, so it needs to be 1.1 extra further back. Oh, my freaking neck is killing me. See if it'll work. It might be too close to that edge. Alright, that'll work. 1.1, that'll work. And this middle bit wants to be erased. So I've got 2 partitions in there now. And to save me having to do that all over again on this magnet on this side, I'm going to rotate these around in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that, well, I haven't copied it yet, I've just selected it. I'm going to try rotating that around. Now I'm going to press the plus key and move that around to that. Oh shit, doesn't line up. What the hell? It should do. Why is it not lining up? It doesn't line up, so that's no good. I must have got the magnet tilt wrong. Ah, I think that's what I've done. So I can't do that unless I move the whole bloody thing. Well, that's weird. I should have. Oh, I see. This whole magnet at this end is skewed. It's skewed. It's not right. You know, I think I'm going to do actually. I'm gonna. Oh, I've got it. I know why. Oops. Infinity. I know why. It's because the way I've tilted these out slightly. All right. So. Well, I'm just gonna measure them all separately, I think. Oh, I've got wind now. I've been eating an orange and crisps, and the two don't seem to go well together. You know what? These middle ones, these in the centre, these they want to be strong anyway. This one. Highlight it so you can see it. These have to be solid magnets in the middle, but these on the outside need to be a little bit weaker, because otherwise I'm going to have more flux that I can deal with coming out of this thing, because as it gets near the edge I need to switch it out, as in block it. So if I go over to the road, I'll show it on me. Oh, well, I've actually deleted those on that side so you can't really see very well, but when these rotors are on the edge coming around, they have to basically block out the flux as it's coming around, so I want them weaker so it's easy to block it out, if you know what I mean. Right, so I need to pull them faces down, but I'm not going to do them yet. I need to bring the faces all the way down to the side. Well, I'll show you what I mean anyway. But you probably know what I'm doing. But go down to the bottom and pull these faces all the way. Oops, down here. Oh shit! It's reversed. Why is it? Oh, I know why. Well, what I'll do is I'll just pull these down. Oh, that one's right. The other one isn't. Why is that? Strange. I think I can see what's going on. Oops. Yeah, I ended up with a hollow thingamajig. Right, so I'm just going to undo it so you can see what happens. Right, undo, push pull, undo, push pull. Right, for some reason this face well, I can reverse it. I'm just trying to save myself some work here. Let me just reverse this face. Reverse face on that one. Pull this down. Pull that one down. Right. I'll have to put another face on the top, I think. Yeah. Right, so if I put a line through there. There we go, got it. Just saved me having to reverse about 3 sides. I just had to reverse 1 side, so yeah. So that's my partitioning. And now I'm going to measure the other bugger as well. Let's see. So I started out with 2.1. I want to do the opposite end. Oh, actually I need to get rid of that. And that. And that. And that. Good thing about scaling these things up is you have lots more room to work with. Ruler again. Right, so I want to be 2.1. And 1.5 space. Oh, you're probably wondering why. When I started the live stream today, I started it with my wallpaper and a date instead of a time. Well, that's because all this work I'm doing is supposed to be open sourced at some point, and if it turns out that this works and there's some bugger on the internet tries to steal, I'm talking about corporate entities, if some corporate entity decides to steal this and claim it as their own, it's always a good thing to have a date stamp somewhere on your work so that you can prove that you did it before they did, you know what I mean? Because like I've explained previously, I don't know if I explained it on here, but I've actually explained it in Discord with some friends, you know, with Russ, and apparently somebody was trying to claim somebody was trying to make money out of Russ Greece, rwgresearch.org. Somebody was trying to claim make money out of a lot of the work he did, so it kind of made me look a bit paranoid. Right, so it's always a good thing to date stamp your work, because there's nothing like a video as proof, really. So sorry, I'm talking so much I'm not thinking what I'm doing here. You see, the problem with corporate entities, what happens is they put a patent on stuff and then you can't build it. You can't basically build it. And it locks you out. But if you design... Oh shit, here we go again with this. If you design something... Let's just reverse the page on that a minute. If you design something and you want it to be available to everybody under the open source, oh, here we go again, under open source, you have to get it licensed under open source, but you can't license the bloody thing until you've perfected it. You know what I mean? It's a catch-22 situation. I used to be part of the group of, well, I still am I suppose, but I just don't go on there much. I used to be on the group with flightgear.org, and they model aircraft, and there's a guy on there I know very well. He knows all about open source and licensing and everything, and I'm pretty sure I could talk to him, but it's got to be done right, otherwise you see, the way it's done is it makes it available to everybody under the open source licensing. But you see, the trouble with that, even if you license it under open source, I don't believe in patents, because as we know there's certain entities, certain countries, beginning with C, that totally disregard and disrespect our patent laws, and they just don't give a shit, and they'll copy it anyway, because this is why we end up with so many counterfeit goods. So you can see, and it's frustrating for all the companies that have spent millions or developing a product, and they're selling the original genuine products, and at the same time you've got the counterfeits flooding our markets, which are really terrible, and no one can prosecute them. People have tried, but because of the let's say it backwards, the PCC backwards, you know what that is, yeah? I'm saying it backwards, so you know what I mean. But because of that, you can't do anything against them. They just seem to be immune to prosecution, so it's a serious problem. I'm going to delete all the guides now. So there we go, I've got that new section now. So I wanted the outside ones to be weaker. I don't need to be too strong. I want to be able to attenuate that. So the idea is that the first slot, this one for example, I could put a metal shim in there, I could put a metal shim in there, and I could put a magnet in the back of there. Or I could put magnets in all of these if I decide to. So it keeps them separate. But I'm going to populate these front ones with all magnets, so I think I'm just going to leave them like that, because that's the one that was working before, this configuration, these four, and that one in the middle was working, but there was a little bit too much flux. But I could still stick shims in there in front of the magnets if I want, but I just wanted to weaken this edge these edges out a bit, because I've been sat there pondering it, and so I need to rotate this lot around now, so I'm going to have to select it all again. Let's go back to X-ray view. Bloody neck. Every time I turn my head to get to my keyboard, because my keyboard's kind of on the left hand side of me, and it's every time I turn to look at the keys I get this pain in my neck. It's really annoying. Right, select all of that. I knew this was going to happen. That's why I went unselect that. What the hell what else have I selected? Oh yeah, I need to unselect that lot. Minus. Just a minute. Come on. What the heck? Oh, it's that face on the other side. I've selected it. I'm going to turn the X-ray off a minute. Sometimes it's better just to select everything manually. Oh, what's that? My message on my phone. Oh, what's it? Oh, it's a tweet. Oh, I hate tweets. Well, I hate tweets right now because it's all negative, and I'm just going to select this lock underneath. Plus, I must remember my control key. I tell you, when you spend ages selecting stuff, and then you forget to push the control key down, and you select one item, and everything else that you just selected disappears on you, and you think, oh no! I once spent about 30 minutes manually selecting all these faces, and it wasn't this thing, it was something else I was making, and I spent 20-30 minutes manually picking on things, clicking on things, and every time I had to press the control key down before I selected something, and 30 minutes later I forgot to press the control key down, and it was one of them no! It was one of them moments where you just realise that you've made a mistake and it's going to cost you another 30 minutes of work. You see, when I press the control key down, it goes plus. I'm going to X-ray back on, and this is why I've got to think carefully while I'm doing this. Plus. Oh no, I'm in the wrong angle right now, hang on a minute. Get it back a bit. Plus. I don't want to select that wall down here again. Plus. So this is why I'm talking loud. Make sure I select plus the control key, otherwise I'm going to end up having to do it all again. Plus, don't that thing. There's something missing down here. Oh, maybe not. Oh no! Hang on. No, it's alright, it's just the face I've picked. Hang on, take the X-ray off. Control, Shift, minus. Right, okay. Alright, I've got to go around and make sure I haven't picked anything by mistake. I'm using my scroll wheel to navigate around. You see, on colour mode you can't see the highlighted blue areas very well. On black and white mode they stand out really well. Right, have I got all the faces I want selected? I think I have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate one of these around and look to see if I've accidentally got deformations. If I haven't, and I've got it all right. Right, I want my circle. Plus rotate. I want what is it, 120 degrees, 1, 2, 0, enter. Right, let's look underneath, see if we've got any nightmare situations. Nope. Alright, looks like I've got it all right. I just need one more rotation out of this lot before I accidentally go and click something. Right. Plus, click, center. One, 2, 0. Oh yes, finally. I'll just get rid of this. Now I can deselect it all that. The trouble is, if you make a mistake and you click on undo, it doesn't re-highlight all your stuff again, so you're buggered. Selecting it all again. I should be able to now just delete all it. Oops, they're not integrated yet. That one is, but these aren't, so now I've got to select all. Oh shit, come on. Intersect, right click, intersect faces with model. Ah, good. Right. I hope they're all intersected, because sometimes they don't, and that's a real... I had a problem yesterday, it was really driving me up the wall. It was when I was doing the stand. I was doing exactly the same sort of thing, moving them around along the edge, and it didn't. Oh no, that one doesn't either. Shit. Hang on a minute. These like that. It's like that. It's like that. This face has not merged, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to delete this lot. Erase. This face has not merged, so I need to merge it manually. Oh, come on, twat. Intersect. Oh, go on. Come on. Intersect face with model. Now it has. Alright, how's this? Have all of these. How's this one? We're not got selected either. Oh, that one has. That one has. That one has. Right. If your surface, if your bloody face ends up if your face ends up round or curved, you can't intersect the faces. It's a real drag, and the only way to do it is to start with a fresh surface. That's happened loads of times. It's really frustrating when that happens. You know, if this face, this ring, if it's not perfectly flat, and you rotate your things around and it's slightly, they actually come away from the surface, and then you can't merge them, and it's a real drag when that happens. Sometimes the only way to fix it is to start again. Let's see if I've got all these merged. Intersected, I should say. Looks like they are so far. Right, erase. Yeah, it worked. Yay! It's always a relief when it works. I'll show you what I mean. Yesterday, that's all done, that one now. Yesterday I was working on the... Well, this is upside down. So I was wondering where my bottle went and I realised it's upside down. I need to flip that over actually. This thing, I want to flip it along the blue axis, just so I can... Actually no, it was the right way around before. Undo. The reason I'm thinking about that is because when you print it out, it saves me flipping it on the printer bed because it's already flat on the printer bed that way around, and this one's flat on the printer bed that way around. So it saves me having to flip it over on the printer slice when I'm slicing it, because I don't want to be flipping it in printer if I could do it in here. So yesterday I was working on this base, this bottom section where this motor goes on, and these flipping arches, these slots. I made one arch, I cut it out, I wasn't live streaming it, and I thought, well, save me time, I'll just copy that and I'll slide it along. I'll slide it along the bottom, along that axis, so it's in a straight line. Slide it all the way along to this end, you know, all the way along to this end. Oops. Well, what happened was the flipping face ended up about 1 millimetre away from the blooming wall, and it wouldn't merge. I thought, oh no, what have I done? What's going on? I couldn't figure it out, so I ended up having to duplicate all the measurements, everything on the other end, because it was just not flat. I measured the thickness of this wall. It's exactly the same thickness at that end as this end, but I couldn't figure it out. It just kept drifting away from the wall. Actually, I could show you that. Let me just show you that. So you see what I mean? It's a potential problem you get. So if I hide this, I'm just going to hide that. I'm just going to show you what I mean. Right, if I edit this, edit component, edit group. Right, now if I select this arch, I'll show you, this is a really big problem when this happens. Right, I've selected that arch, right, I'm going to copy it, copy, I don't want to mess my model up, so I'm going to leave that close group, close component, close group. Right, we're out of that now. I'm going to paste it in place, so it's there. Now watch what happens when I move it along this edge. Right, oh, the edge is actually below the surface of this table right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here, on edge and group, I'm going to go along there like this. I'm going to hold my shift key down, so it's locked. So it's locked to that axis now. Now watch what happens when we get to the other end. Oh, come on. It should be locked to that axis. Oops, come on. Right, stop here. Now, if we go and look at this arch, it's actually away from the wall. It's not inside, it's actually away from the wall. Look at this edge here. It's actually drifted off the line. Look. Whoops. You can see it's lower than the actual arches, and it's cockeyed. Look at the top, it's cockeyed. Let's go inside here a minute. Go inside the tube, the hole. Oops, too far. Let's go inside the wall. Now it's all cockeyed at this end, look, but it had drifted away from the wall, so it's actually, there's a gap between the face and that line. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, I see it. Now that's strange. It's not actually a gap between the wall on this situation, but it's all cockeyed anyway. So now I'm just going to delete. Oh, can I press my del key? No. Erase I'm just going to erase it because it's on the outside of that model anyway. So anyway, he was all cockeyed at the other end, so right, so back to that thing. When I originally did this top bracket, this holder thing, it originally said it would take 12 hours to print it, and I thought, oh no, you see, I hate any print that takes longer than about 6 or 7 hours, and the reason for that is that the longer it's on the heated bed, the more it warps. I found out from experience that if it's on a 100 degrees Celsius heated bed and the job is taking longer, then you've got more chances of it warping and going out of shape on you and all that. And I found out the best is about 6 hours or less, but because this is so frigging big, I had to cut these great big holes in it to make it shorter. Now when I put this on the printed, I'm just going to export that actually. Export SDO, and that's the top chassis. Check it for errors. Now when I did this yesterday without cutting them slots in, it's about 8 hours or something. Was it 9 hours? Which is a bit long, too long really, but without cutting it up into 3 sections, I don't know. At least there's no errors in it. So then I realised that I actually got it too thick. As in top to bottom, I had it too thick, so I actually narrowed it down, and that cut the print time down. But I have a suspicion, because I've added them little partitions in this thing, it's going to be back at 10 hours or something. Let's just find out. It's probably going to be 10 hours or something, and I'm not sure what else I can do to reduce the printing time, because it's just scaled up, and I'm going to have to watch it really closely when I print it, that's for sure. And right, it only just fits on the printer bed, just. I can try lay flat, that should get it a little bit more centered, so I can rotate it slightly. So if I rotate this to say 19 degrees, I think I'll go up to 25. Oh, that's too much. Because I want these near the corners, you see, but it's 3 thingamajigs, so if you get 2 in the corner, the other one isn't. So actually that's not bad. I think I'll leave it there. Let's move it this way a bit. Let's have a look underneath. It looks like it's on the bed because you can see the purple lines. How long will that take to print? I guess it's going to be 20 hours. No, what am I saying, 20 hours? No, probably 10 hours. My fucking neck is killing me. I'll be happy if it's 9 hours, because that's not too bad. But in 6, that's an extra 3 hours on top of 6. But it's quite chunky, so it should survive. It shouldn't get warped too bad because it's quite chunky in the middle. And round things as well, that's another thing. When you're printing up something that's round like that, it's a lot less likely to warp. But if it was rectangular, the corners would almost definitely start lifting off the print bed. You know, the corners always seem to warp more. Sharp corners. It's because the corners themselves are actually, there's less mass, less plastic there, so they dry out quicker because the air seems to get to the corners quicker. And when something's round, it's kind of equal all the way around, so there's no sharp corners for the air to flow on it, so it tends to be more evened out. That's what I've kind of noticed. So what are we going to get? We're going to get 8 hours or 10 hours or what? It's nearly done. Based on the amount of time it's taking to slice this thing, I'm starting to wonder if it's going to be 12 hours. Ugh. I want to make sure that the oh, actually that's not too bad. Oh, not too bad. I was thinking worst case scenario it could have been 10 hours, but he says 8 hours and 36 minutes and 27 seconds. That's how long it will take to print that. And according to this, it's going to use 23.5 meters of plastic. Obviously, what I could do to save plastic, I can go to my settings and I could use more infill, less infill. Let's try that. Actually, it might save printer time as well. I mean, this doesn't have to be completely solid, so let me just see if I can use a setting that uses, you see at the moment, if I go to, let's zoom in, I'll go to show layer range, last layer, let's go to 1. I mean, it's pretty solid, it's honeycomb. I'm just going to leave it on layer number 14 a minute. Right, this is pretty solid. Let me just use the zoom thingy. You can see that the layers are pretty solid. Right, so let's go to slicer settings. Let's go to about 70% infill. Let me see if I can speed this up. Let's try 40%. 40%. This is a setting for gears actually. I did. Let me just go to configuration a minute. I simply want to speed this up a bit because that doesn't really want to be really solid. It's not spinning. It's a stationary piece of plastic, you know. So I'm on gears, filament settings, I think it's support material I want to be on print settings, is it? No, it's not support me, it's infill I want to be on. Infill. Right, that's at 70% as well. So let's oh, I'm on the wrong thing here. I want to be, the menu wants to be on gears. Hang on. If I can see the damn thing, I can't see a thing. gears, that one, 40%. So it says fill density 40%. Let's drop that to 20%. So on the gear setting, drop it to 20%. I actually saved it as 40% there, so I'm going to save that as, I'm going to change that to 20% in the file name. Oh, 20% infill. We'll see if this is any faster. It doesn't work if you're printing something quite thin. It doesn't work on the infill because there usually isn't any infill. So I saved that as gears 20%. Let's just have a look now. Select this new 20% one. If I can find it. There it is. Slice now with that setting and see what happens. It's gonna be full of holes basically. I'm still zoomed to that previous setting. I'm not going to move the zoom because I want you to see the difference on the layers. But this should be a lot quicker. With this 20% infill, it should basically be 6 hours. We should be down to 6 hours, I'm hoping. Or less than 6 hours. It might even be 5 hours or 4 hours. But it'll be pretty hollow. Except for the struts, the arms that come out, they'll be solid. They should be anyway. I hope so anyway. I don't want them weakening. I don't want the support struts to be weakened. They'll snap off it. They already snap as it is. When I dropped it the other day, that other one, it's just snapped, and they're also difficult to glue back together as well if they're hollow because there's nothing to glue onto. So what I set was I set the wall thickness to be about 1.5mm thick. So that will overcome any support, any hollowness on the arms that stick out. You know, the three arms. They won't be hollow. Oh, it's Wednesday today. I'm going to go to get myself a burger from the fish shop, I think, in about an hour. Right, what's that change? Look at that, it's hollow now. Oh, and look at this, look at the printing time, look at that. Wow, yeah, look at that. Look what we're down to now. 5 hours and 57 minutes. That's well within what I want it to be. 5 hours and 57 minutes. That's literally 3 minutes within my 6 hour minimum that I wanted to aim at. So I'm really happy about that. So if I zoom out, the layers are honeycombed now. If you look, they're actually honeycombed. So we've got this hollow middle part, but the wall thickness is still there. So let's look at the legs. The legs should be still solid. So if I reduce the layers, we go down 1 or 2. We have to come down till we get to the level where this leg is. Yeah, I've got a bit of hollowness in the leg. Well, I don't want that. So what I can do... Oh, it's only one layer. That's not much. But what I can... Yeah, that's the bottom layer now. So after 4 layers, we end up with a honeycomb in the middle. It's a bit hollow there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to slicer settings, configuration again. I'm going to increase my wall thickness a little bit. So print settings, I want layers and perimeters, and where is it? Vertical shells, 3 minimum. Solid layers, its top is 3, bottom is 3, so I'm going to change that to 4. 4. Come on, boogie. 4. Now I'm going to save that. We're in slicer 3, by the way. This is the slicer that's part of this program. Save that. Save. So I've thickened my wall thickness now. That's solid layers to 4mm minimum. Let me just make sure. Vertical shells, that's the outside thickness. I think I'm going to change that to 4 as well. So print time's going to go a little bit above 6 hours now. Save. Right, so that's saved. Right, so when I slice this again, this layer should disappear. I'm going to leave it on that setting, and this honeycomb layer inside the leg is not going to be there anymore. It should be thicker now, so I'm going to slice that again. So it's going to be about 6 hours and probably 10 minutes or something silly, but that's still good. I think I'll be happy with that. That's if I've got the right layer thing setting, because these things are so frigging complicated. I'm still trying to figure it out myself. A lot of these slicer settings they're very complicated and hard to fathom out, because you don't always know what setting does what, and I'm still learning it myself. So, but I think where it says top layer and bottom layer, that is basically when it starts printing. So I'm pretty sure I'm on the right setting, because that leg has got bottom layer which is on the bed and the top layer which is the outside, so that should sort that out. Oh, it's like waiting for paint to dry. Yay! See? Oh my god, it's gone up to 7 hours now. Look at that. 7 hours. So let's fix that layer. Look at that. Worked 7 hours and 12 minutes. So that's just by thickening that layer up. It's added an extra hour or so. So yeah, I think I can live with that. let's just check the other layers a minute. Hang on. I'm going to bring it in the middle there. So we've got the leg and we've got some of the body. Let's have a look at the... So the honeycomb starts just after that, because of the coming up. The leg's still solid though. I don't want any more honeycomb than that, because when I put this in the acetone vapour, it's gonna collapse on itself if that wall thickness isn't thick enough. So because it's a lot, because the thingy is quite hollow. Oops, wrong one. I want that one. Because that honeycomb section is hollow in the middle, if the acetone penetrates this outside wall, what will happen is the outside wall will start to collapse in on itself. So, but this isn't spinning, this isn't. So, but the actual wall thickness where the magnets are is quite thick, so that's going to be okay. I'm just going to scroll up. Yeah, a 7-hour print job it's not too bad, because it's round as well. When I get near the top, it should become solid again. It's becoming solid again there. More, well. Oh, is that the top layer? Yeah, we're on the top layer now. Go down a bit. Oh, this is jumping in increments of 2, I think, when I'm using my mouse wheel. Go 1 layer at a time. Right, so the honeycomb comes back at 70 on layer number 70. So there's 4 layers after that are quite solid. So 70, come on, number 71. 71 is thicker layers up to number 4. Yeah, I think that'll work. It's damn sight better than 10 hours, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm going to save that. The top rack. I know, saved myself a lot of filament. I mean, look at that. I mean, what was it last time? Was it 20 something meters? It's 19 meters now. So, I'm actually only using 19.5 meters of plastic instead of whatever it was before. I can't remember now. Was it 25? Or was it 22? I can't remember now. Short-term memory problems. I don't know. So now I need to find out. But let's slice the other one. I'll get rid of that. Let's slice the. Oh, I don't think I exported it yet. Hang on a minute. So I want to export that one which I've just fixed, which is the bottom rack. I think I did export it anyway. I'm going to do it again just to make sure. Bottom chassis. Right, oh, is my hole the right size? Before I do, I make sure the hole's the right size, because it should be There should be 12mm across. Ah, it's the wrong side. He's got to take the bearing. Yeah, that's got to be fixed. I rescaled it all, and so edit group, edit component, edit group. I need to fix that hole. It's got to be for the bearing to go in, so right. Right, I want a hole that's it's measured from the centre to the outside, so 6.1, that'll be times 2, it'll become 12.2, so 6.1. Right, now I'll get rid of that other bit. I don't want, X-ray wants to be on. There we go. Right, I've got the hole back. So even if I exported it, it has the wrong hole size in it, so now it should be right. Export. Bottom chassis. Just to make sure that I got that one right. I'm pretty sure that's got a 12mm hole, because I'm pretty sure I did that one for the bearing. Yeah, that's 12.2, so I've already done that. That's good. I don't want to be slicing all that again. Oh my god, it takes long enough. Right, I think I need to save all these changes. I don't think I've saved them yet. Right, load that one. I'm in the wrong folder. Arrange. Right, this one shouldn't take long to print at all. I mean, probably an hour. Because if I'm using the same settings, slice it. Oh, 2 hours. Actually, that's not bad. 2 hours and 54 minutes. And that's going to use 7 meters of plastic, so that's not too bad. Let's have a look at the layers on these little strengthening thingamajigs. I'm actually not even showing the whole thing right now. Oh yes I am. Oops, wrong one. So the honeycomb appears on layer number 10. Well, that's alright. There's only 2 layers of honeycomb on here, and the legs should be solid all the way down to layer 1, and they are, so that's good. Oh, that's the top layer, 15, only 15 layers on this thing. Oh, my mouse is moving around. So I've got honeycomb on layer 10 on the middle hub. And it disappears on layer 4, so yeah, that'll be alright. Show complete code. back on that now. Yeah, that'll be good. I'll probably need to put a seat in there for the bearing so it doesn't get pushed all the way in. You know, when I put the bearing in, I don't want it to keep falling out, you know what I mean? So it needs to have a little seat in the bottom of there, so I'm probably going to model that later. It'll stop the rotor that's spinning from getting too close to the plastic on this thing. If it's got some, I can put a washer or something on it, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'll close that out. Hopefully I'm still yeah. So what I was thinking about was this, let's go to the back of here. I need some sort of a seat at the back sticking out, but the trouble with that is I'm printing it with that side facing down, so it's going to be a bit awkward. I think I can do it. Yeah, I know what to do. I know what to do. So if I go back into this, edit group, edit component, edit group. So what I'm going to do, yeah, so the bearing thickness, this is 4.3 millimeters. It wants to be a bit higher than that, so I'm going to lift this up about 1 millimeter. It's going to take longer to print. 1 millimeter. So I want something that the bearing will sit on and it won't get too far out. So what I'm going to do, I think I should do it on the other one as well, really. So I'm going to come out to about here. That's 4.7, so the shaft that goes through there is 6 millimeters. So I think 4, that'll be 8. Hang on, let me just. 4.1 should do it. Oh, hang on. I want to delete that one. I'll better leave that. I can pull that back, that middle hub up a bit more. Sorry about this. I need to use my control key to move around like that, really. I'm being lazy. Right, so if I bring the seat up a bit. Actually, yeah, I can delete the middle out of there. Erase the middle. I just want a seat for it so it doesn't go in too far. I'm going to come up. Oh, the face is the wrong way around. Oh, shucks. I know what I'm going to have to do here. I'm just going to flip that face orient. Reverse the face. I'm going to come up about 1.5. Right, it's 1.5mm thick seat for the bearing so it doesn't fall all the way through. I'm going to bring this up a bit, another 0.5mm actually. 0.5. So when I put the bearing in, it didn't drop out, basically. That's all that's for. And I'm going to have to, there's going to be a face missing on the back of this. I can see it coming. I'm going to put that back in again. Yep. Hang on a minute. Shift key. Makes the life easier. Alright, I need to get that face back on there. Right, that's better. That's the way it should be. So this should be 8mm across, 8.2. That's good enough. The 6mm drive shaft won't catch on that because there's going to be about 1.5mm clearance all the way around. So the reason I'm being lazy is just my neck hurts, and every time I turn around to use my keyboard because it's to the left hand side of me, I have to look and it gives me a neck ache. Right, that'll work. See, this side is facing away from everything, so it's not going to get in the way. So I can make that a lot bigger if I want. So what distance is the on here now? 4.3mm. I think that's okay. I'll make sure there's no errors again. Just close that all down. Yeah, good. Got no errors. Oops, wrong. I keep getting mixed up with my controls. You see, NetFab uses different controls on the mouse control thing. I mean, you can right click on everything and it's different thing to what it does in SketchUp. So I keep getting mixed up with what buttons to press because right clicked. You see, NetFab, you use the right mouse button to rotate, but in SketchUp you use your middle mouse button to rotate, and it's really confusing. And the middle mouse button moves things around in NetFab, but the middle mouse button rotates in SketchUp, so you know what I mean? This is why I get so confused. Ugh. Right. So yeah, I think I'll end the live stream right now because I was going to start moving the titles about readjusting these laminations, and I kind of got sidetracked. But what I need to do now is go to the rotor, which is over here, and start sorting these out, because what I want to do is I've got to start putting them in to this rotor assembly. I suppose I better do some of this, otherwise the whole purpose of the title of the video, the live stream, was about this, and I kind of got sidetracked, and this is what happens sometimes. So let's go to this now, try and get some of this done. Oh, wrong one. I need to, just a minute, close group. I need to hide that, hide. This is because I can't get to this group, you see. Edit this group. I need to get rid of all the extra ones because I'll show it on me in a minute. I'm going to merge this. Actually, what I need to do before I do that, undo. I need to undo all this in a minute because I want to make a backup of this. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a backup of this before I do anything to it. Oh, got plus sign. I'll make a backup of that. I didn't move that other one, did I? No, it looks right. I'm going to hide that one. Hide view hidden geometry, and now I'm going to lock it, because you can't lock it when it's hidden. I'm going to hide it and lock it. Make you see it makes it unique now. Make it unique, because that one's locked. It wouldn't change when I change this one. But I should be able to, this one will still change the one that's over here in the assembly. Just the locked one won't be linked to it anymore. So what we'll do now is a group. Hang on, close group. I want to hide that. Edit this because I want to get rid of all the extra ones, because I just want to do one. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Otherwise I'm going to have to do this manually every time. I'm just going to erase all of those. Keep that one. Because these are just flat faces. That's all they are right now. Right. View hidden material. Unhide, edit that group. I want to fill that hole in again. Right, close group. I want that one back. Oh, now I can select it. I couldn't do that before because it was just, the group was so big, it was bigger than the other group, and I couldn't actually select it, but I can now, which is what I wanted. So what I've got to do now is merge this face with the drum. So what I'll do is explode this group now. Let me just explode it. Explode again. Right. I'm going to cut it, edit this group. Now I'm going to paste it in place. Paste in place. Oh shit! I've lost my flipping face. This is what happens sometimes. Oh, I know what I need to do. Hang on. Undo paste. Hang on. Undo. Right, it's back again. Right, I need to do is change this. I know what I need to do. I need to change this flipping edges, because these edges actually aren't right. I just realised something. So I'm going to regroup that in a minute. I'm just going to go back. Should be still in a group. Yeah, right. So edit this group, because I've just realised what I need to do with this thing. I'm inside that group now. So because these edges are a bit close, so what we need to do is put some new lines between. I'm just going to go out a bit. Hopefully that's level. Yeah. Right, I just needed that line a bit further out, and on the other side. I'm not measuring it, I'm just going by eye right now. Should be alright. Just wanted that edge a bit further away. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. because I've got to cut some cutouts in the actual wheel as well, which is also got to be replicated. So what I need to do is just gather this this outside line. Oh shit, that's a separate line as well now. Plus, hang on, let me just make sure that face is connected. Yeah, it is. Right, that, and that. So I'm going to copy that without the segments. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm making some slots for this thing to go in, you see. Right, close group, hide that. Oh, I've still got a hidden geometry showing. Alright, go into this, edit group, right, paste in place. So what I can do now is I can create my little trough for them to sit in, my segment troughs. So I've got to come down. So I need 6 of those. So I'm going to select all of that. And I'm going to rotate I'm going to press my plus key, and I want to be at 60 degrees. 60 degrees plus 60 degrees, yeah, that's 60. That's 60 again. I'm glad it remembers, I'd have to type it every time. $60. Right, now I've got my thingamajigs. I can, they need to be, what I'm going to do is they're going to be slightly, they're going to be exactly the same size, these, so I'm going to need to scale them thingamajigs, the segments that go in there, a little bit down a bit. So I need to push that down to the same thing as that. On the face, that one, on face, that one, on face, that one on face. So I can put my things in. Now it doesn't look very strong right now, does it? It looks a bit flimsy, but remember all the stress is on the outside of the wall anyway, so they'll be strong enough. The other one was strong enough anyway, so let's go and have a look at what we've got over here. And there we go, you can see the sections. It's all copied over. And so the segments are going to be separate from the actual drum. What I want to do is scale them down a bit, so I'm going to come out of this, view hidden geometry. That's hidden right now, unhide it, and it's a fraction too big, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink that down a bit. So I'm going to edit this group, and I need to come up a bit from these edges to make this a bit smaller, so otherwise it won't fit in that tight hole. So I'm going to go up by 0.1, that's 0.3. I want it to be about Well, 0.2 inwards. I'm using my ruler, 0.2. I'm just going to do this in all the corners and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. 0.2, 0.2. That's why I had to make it bigger before, because I knew I was going to be scaling this down a bit. Oh, 0.2. Otherwise I'll never get it in. Right, so now I'm going to put an arc between, oh actually I need another line. I want to be right in the middle. Oh, 0.2. I also want to be in the middle of this one as well. Oh, 0.2. Now I'll get my arc tool. I want to go from there on my guide point to the other end. I want to arc it to that guide point there, because I can't scale this thing up actually because of the segments where the metal goes in. They have to stay the same size. So I've got a new arc on the inside of that, and arc from there. There, and my arc will go to that other guide point there. Right, and a straight line now between this guide point and that guide point, and a straight line from that guide point to that guide point. Right, now we just trim off the edges now. Trim all the edges that I don't want. Oh, that's not far enough back, but no, it's alright. I wanted to go a bit further than that. Oops. I want to go right up to this edge, like that. Right. Now I can trim off these edges, like this. I'm thinking, oh come on, oh I got, oh it's already gone. Trim off that edge and that edge and that edge. So it's a little bit smaller than the actual hole now. Only about 0.2 millimeters around it, and that will allow it to drop in, and I can, if I need to tighten it, I'll just put some tape around it to tighten it up. So right, delete all my guides now. Delete all guides. Right, there's a new bit. I know these steel things look very close to this edge, and they are very close, but it'll be fine. The other one was sticking out of it anyway. That's 0.5 millimeters from the edge, but it's fine. Right, now I've got my segments done. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this in a minute, close group. Now, that's a component. No, it wants to be a component. Make component. Right, I've made a component now. I'm going to copy that. I need to find out how deep this hole is. So hang on. The hole is, the slot is 22.4. Well, I'm going to go 22 millimeters deep because I want them to be recessed a bit. So just a minute, let me just check something. How long are these pieces of steel? Because I think they're 20. Oh, my neck. Damn it. How deep are these? Oh shit, the steel I'm putting in there is 25. Oh. Okay. So. Oh dear. Yeah, I made a bit of a boo-boo when I made them last time because I made a solid base, solid bottom, so I couldn't press the damn things out. I mean, once they're in there, you can't get them out. So I'm going to make the bottom, these new segments are going to have an open end so that they can be pushed all the way out as well. So this drum actually is, it's a fraction too shallow. So I'm going to have to make some alterations to the model again. Oh, unless I've got the thickness of this base too thick. Let me just have a look. Right, hide. Let me just go into this. Alright, I'm going to hide that. How thick is this thing? I might be able to drop the floor a bit further. Alright, it's 4.6 millimeters deep. That's pretty thick. I can actually take 2 millimeters off that, so hang on. Undo, hide, so I can drop the floor another 2 millimeters. It's because I used the internal hub as a guide and it was obviously, so if I drop this by 2 millimeters and drop all of them actually by 2 millimeters, guide this one to that one, add that one to that one, and I can't see the other one because it's behind here, so hang on, hide that a minute. Right, that should be a bit deeper. Let's check it now. Oh, summer's definitely arrived and I've seen some flies outside. 24.4, right. And those steel laminations, those steel thingamajigs are 25 millimeters long, so well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I'm going to add 1 millimeter to the actual height, thickness of this drum. So I'm going to bring this, all of this drum, an extra 1 millimeter up this thing here. So 1 millimeter thicker. That should solve all of my problems. I don't want to take the back down any more than what it is. It should be 2 millimeters thick, and I don't want to go any lower than that. Otherwise, it'll get to 25.4 now. So we've got room, right? Because we're going to have problems with the design otherwise. Because if I go back over here, I'm going to have to move my spacing out on. Well, actually it might be alright. Oh no, I have to move my, the drum's touching the edge of these chassis, the front chassis now, so the chassis's got to be moved out a bit now. So I don't have to alter the hub, I just need to move the holes on these blocks further out. So where's that block? It should be around here somewhere. The external. Oh, did I move that as well? Or is it over there? No, where is it? Did I move it over there somewhere? Oh shit, where is it? I must have hidden it. Oh, I'm just gonna copy another one. Right. Right, going to here. If I don't fix this now, I'll forget. Edit group. Right, I've got it there. Right, that's a component. So copy. I'm going to be a little bit generous with this thing because paste. I'm going to paste it over here, this block, because I don't want. Which is the top and the bottom actually? I've forgotten now. That needs fixing as well. That's all wrong. It's like a flipping letterbox there. That was massive. I don't know what happened to that. Oh, when I was scaling it, I must have messed up. I need to sort that out. So which one is that one? Alright, I see. It's that one there. Oh, no, it's not that one. Ah, I see. One's thickening out. Right, so that one is too thin. So I don't know. Let me just check in a minute. That wants to be 2.5 millimeters. So, oh god, my neck. Shit. Oh. And it's currently 1.6, so obviously the scaling messed that up. So right, 2.5 minus 1.6, 0.9 divided by 2. 0.45. I'm going to go with 0.5 millimeters anyway. I'm going to put this thing 0.5 down, 0.5 up, and let's have a look at it now. It's out of alignment. Right, it's not lined up now. I'll sort that out in a sec because that one's moving out anyway. Hang on. That's the back. So let's have a look. How much space is at the back? Oh, actually that's not far off. So I'm going to move that slot in. Huh? Oh, that stupid ruler is messing me up again. Hang on. .6. What's it got? 0.6 out. Oops, wrong one. So I'm going to move that 0.6. I'll go to 0.7, 0.7, 0.7. Right, give me a little bit more room. Should be a bit of clearance there now. What? It hasn't moved? What the hell? Have I got the right end? Oh, I've got the wrong end, I think. Hang on a minute. Undo, push pull, undo, push pull. Yeah, I got the wrong frigging end. Duh. It's the other end I want to be. Which one did I move? I can't remember now. Oh shit, this is what confuses me. Hang on. I can't remember which one I moved now. This is what happens. Was it? I think I moved the top one, didn't I? Oh, so it's this one I want to move. Hang on. So yeah, I want to move that 1.7, so it wants to be further to the end. .7. Let's just do the top. I can easily undo it if it's wrong. 0.7. Oh, my short-term memory is getting worse. It should be right now. The inside one. Oops. Let's just undo that one of them. Undo. Ah, yeah, I see. Right. Okay. So that one wants to be moved about 0.4. I'm inside somewhere again. Can't see what I'm doing. So this one only wants to, actually I can do it on the actual, close that out. I'll go to the actual thing because I can see what I'm doing on there now. I've got a gap. When there's no gap there you can't really do anything. Alright, edit group, edit group, edit group, edit component. Right, now it's easy to see what I'm doing. Distance between there and there is 0.6, so I want to reduce that to 0.5. Oops, too far. I'm going to type it. 0.5. Right, should have 0.1 millimeter gap now. This one I want to take 0.2 off that one. Right, but I've just remembered something else. Oops, hang on. That's the back. So that should be alright on all three of them now. That one as well, because it's a component, so they should be all right. Oops, it flipped around on me then, it's confusing when it does that. Yeah, that's okay. What about the other? Oh shit, I'm really getting confused now. I'm really close to it, and that's why. Now this front wants moving forward, so this front section wants to be moved out more. So I've only got 1.5mm clearance. I want to be, actually that's about right. Oh, I just remembered it's about right, because the canopy sits between this thing that holds the coil. I think I've got a, I think the canopy is in there somewhere. I think I hid it. Hang on, let's just check. View, hidden geometry. Yeah, it's in here somewhere. Edit group. Edit component. Unhide. I just want to check the canopy is going to be. Oh, I've got one at the bottom anyway. Silly me. Duh. Just going to undo that again. Just realised. I just want to check clearance on that. I want to at least 1.5mm or more if possible. Oh, that's a bit too close. 0.7. That's too close. It's going to start rubbing like hell. So this thing wants to come out a bit. Right, I'm going to select this thing. Too far, close that one. This wants to come out. I'm going to move it a millimetre out. God, I'm starving. My stomach's starting to tell me. I'll bring this out 1 millimetre. And all of my slots are going to have to be moved. I need to colour code this so I know which end I'm working on because it's confusing me. Close group, edit group, edit group, edit component. Right, I want to colour code this. I want red at the top. Oh, I'm in black and white mode. Hang on a minute. That confused the hell out of me once before because I spent ages trying to figure out why I couldn't colour anything, and I realised later I was in black and white mode. Right, oh, okay, so I've got a red side, that's the front. So I need to move the, there we go, I can see which end is it, which end is which now. This needs to be brought up. I'm going to bring this side up about 3 millimeters because it's kind of got flat. Then I'm going to bring, let me just measure it a minute, see where I am. Easy from this end. .1 millimeters, so I want to move it 1 millimeter out. Shift key, make it easier. One. And that up. 1. Right, we should be right now. There is a problem there. I can see that. Because I didn't rotate this thing right. When I scaled it, I had to realign it all, and then it all got out of shape. So it might be touching that wall on this one, but the next one might not be. So let's look at this one. Is this one touching as well, or is it not? Oops, too close. No, that's clear. That's clear on this end. So I don't need to adjust the hole, it's just that this thing's not lined up right. I'll have to line that up a bit better, I think. Edit group, edit group, edit component, oops, edit component. Too far, close component. I just want to move this back. I'm going to rotate this around a bit like this because it's out of alignment on this end. Have a look. It's clear now. What about the other leg? Is the other one clear? No, that one's touching there now. Don't you hate it? When you scale something, it's so easy to mess up the alignment of everything. So I would go all the way back to this edge here. I'm going to line this one back up again, because this is out of alignment. Oops, too far. Oh, that should be right. Right, that looks better. Right. Have the others got knocked out of alignment again? Probably. This is what it's like. You move one end and then the other end's out. Oh, it's good enough, I think. When I print this, it's all going to fit together anyway, so... looks close enough. Yeah, it'll fit together once I get it printed. We're talking about 0.1 of a millimetre. Oops, into infinity again. I just went into infinity and okay, I'll put black and white mode back on. So, how much clearance have I got now? Oh, the canopy's touching now. I moved the thing, now the canopy's touching. So the canopy wants to be moved now. Right. I'm going to have to bring all the canopies into view, otherwise I can't line them up. Close component, right, I should be able to move the canopy now. And that one's moving. It needs to be touching this chassis really. Along this edge. Oh, how much is that? How many millimeters have we got? 3.2 millimeters on that side. What? 7.7? No, that's not, can't be right. Hang on, let me get on this edge. Shift. Oh, 0.8, more like it. Right, so that wants to be moved about, I'd say the same as last time, 1.2 millimeters or something. I'm getting dizzy. Right, move that. 1.1. I'm hoping that's going to be right. It should be just touching there. It is just about. Oh, it's a fraction too much. How much? .1. So I should have just done 1 millimeter. Right. All right. So go back 0.1. Oops. .1. That should be clear now. Yeah. Oh. That has to be tight fit up against that leg because it stops it rattling about. It holds it in place, you see. I've got a big gap on the other side now. That's because I made the drum bigger, so now I've got to go and adjust everything else. The canopies can have to be bigger as well. So what I'm going to have to do is this back canopy. The top and the bottom are different, you see, now, but I stick them together. So this back canopy, I'm going to have to bring it back. So edit component. Edit components, edit group. So I'm going to bring the outside right up against that leg. So I'm going to click on here and move it out. All three move. And I'll bring it right up against that leg edge there. And that moved by 2mm. According to what it says down there, it moved by 2mm. So I need to bring the inside thickness of that down by 2mm. So I'm going to go inside here, if I can find I can get inside here. Oh, can't even get to the, oh there it is, I can just see it, right. Have I got the right flipping wall? I can't tell if I've got the right wall or what. Hang on a minute, undo, because I don't know what the hell I've clicked on, but this is really confusing. Oh, it's doubling up on me. I'm just going to type 2mm. Right, now I need to go and look at the actual, oh bollocks, what's going on here now? Hang on. This is what happens when you're trying to work on the model inside the model. Where's the other one for that? It should be over here somewhere. No. I think this is the one. Yeah, I messed it up, look. Something's gone wrong with that, so I'm going to have to fix it. Assert that the wall, the face has gone inverted. I don't know why. Hang on. What the hell happened to it? It should be alright. Edit component, edit group, reverse face. Right, let's have a look. What the hell happened to that? Oh, these want to be brought down 2mm as well now, because they're too thick. Ah, that's why. These are just very thin edges. I should have brought them down first, so I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm just going to go undo all that other stuff, then I'm going to do it directly on this one because I know which face I'm working on now. So I'm just going to undo everything a minute until that changes back. Oh shucks, what are we doing? Ah, there we go. Right. Undo, push, pull, which was that one? I don't know what I was working on now. Hang on. I think that other push pull is alright. I think it was on the leg I was doing, so I think I just need to come out of that now and back into this. Right, now if I sort this out, bring these down first. It shouldn't get that inverted wall, that's why putting these 2mm down first. Now bring this face down 2mm, it should work out. Yeah, so I didn't get a reverse face this time, but that frigging thing is poking through, so I'm going to have to sort that out as well. So I fixed that. That thing wants pulling out. Hang on a minute. Hide that face so I can see what's going on. That wants to be moved. .2mm. Use that light at the back to guide me. Alright, that should be bang on. It's right on that face now. Oops. Okay, I think I fixed it now. Oh, that one was moving as well. Hold on a minute. That one's moving up 0.4 millimeters up. Point 4. Right, that's bang on now. Okay, back to this. Let's see if it's all looking right now. I'm going to end the stream in a minute now. I think I've done about everything I need to do right now. Just have to integrate those segments into the yeah, that's touching that. That's touching the leg now, which is where it needs to be. I just need to check clearance inside, so I'm going to have to hide some of these again. Hide. We should have good clearance there now. 2.1 millimeters on that side. Oh, come on, what are you doing? I want to be on that edge. 1.2 millimeters on that side. Actually, I'm not sure if I measure this right. 1.2. Hang on, I'm not sure if I measured that one right either. Just a minute. Yeah, that's 2.1 on that side. So the canopy wants moving back about 0.5 millimeter. Oh, actually no, the drum was moving. That's what wants moving. The drum wants moving. Right, alright, let's move the drum. Closed group. Closed component. I want to keep the templates that I've got in place. I don't want to move them out of place because they might still be. So that wants to go back by 0.5. Let's just measure that a minute. .6. 1.6. So we've got 1.6mm clearance on both sides now. Right, that should be bang on now. I hope to God I haven't moved my template on the other one over there. It's going to be a mess if it is. I'm going to check that now. View, in geometry, edit component, because I resize everything, didn't I? Well, it should be alright actually. Oops. Oh, wrong thing, hang on. I want to unhide it. Unhide, that's it. Right, so that's slightly dipped, that's okay because it's still got its own face on it, I just remembered, so that's fine. All I've got to do is extrude this down now. I need to lift it up a bit because it's gone a bit lower, so I need to raise that up a bit to, let's measure 1mm obviously, because I pulled it out by 1mm, so I'm going to lift that up by 1mm. Follow this line. 1mm. Right, so I should be able to make that into so what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this component. To save me all the mess and hassle of having to individually make these, recess all these, I'm just going to remove the faces on them. So if I click all these faces like this, and I'll erase them all. Now all I have to do is extrude the face underneath, if I can get to it. It's going to be tricky. Oh, this one wants to be deleted as well. Erase that. I can get to it now. Right, I need to use my extrude tool. I need to get to that face underneath. Oops, too far. Grab a hold of that, pull it down. Oh, I'm too close, I'm zoomed in, that's all. I'm just rotating out the way, and I need to pull that down to that floor down below. Oops, you can't really see very well. So down to that face, and there. So now I should have a whole bunch of slots now for the steel to go in. So if I close that out, copy this component, get out of all of that, paste it separately over here, and we can look at it all the way around without that thing in the way. It should be all the way to the floor now. Yep, the holes go all the way through, right to the bottom, which is what I wanted, so that when I press them in, I can still press them back out again. Because last time I went and put plastic on the bottom, and yeah, that was kind of a dirt moment. I screwed up because I realised after I put them in, hammered them in actually, I couldn't get the damn things out again. So I'm probably going to have to dissolve the original ones I made in acetone to get the damn things out, because I can't get them out. But it doesn't matter about it being flimsy, because once they're inserted in that drum, they're all held together anyway. So I'm going to have to copy those segments all the way around. I can do that later. I'm just going to leave that like that for now, because I'm going to have a rest. I'm going to go and get some food because I'm starving. So we can go and have a little sneak peek at this thing. Oh, it's right at the bottom down here. You can't see, it's behind the canopy. Let me just edit component. Let's hide that one as well. I can see it now. Let's put the colour back on. Oh, that one's still visible. Oh, that's weird. I must have been hidden that one as well. Anyway, that's better. I can see what's going on now. You know, I prefer that to have these segments put in separately, because if you actually fit them directly into the drum, the problem with that is if you decide you want to swap them out or something, or change them for a different one, it means printing out a whole new drum all over again. It's just a mess. But it's just a lot easier to do it like this. But I have got to put some on this drum. I am going to be putting some steel right in the middle of here to short out the flux, to turn off the flux one. Actually, I can show you what I mean. Edit group. So what I was thinking about doing was, you see these little ones? We just copy this instead of having to measure it all again. Oh, I can't do it like this. I need to. Hang on a minute. Edit component. Right, if I copy this face, I don't want that. Copy. So when these are pointing towards each other, I want to short the flux out so that we have a dip in the waveform. So edit component, edit group. Right, close that a minute, close group. I'm going to paste it right over here, and I'm going to have to rotate it. Paste right here. I'm going to make that its own group a minute. Make group, so that I can rotate and align it. Move that to the middle. Wants to be lined up. I'm going to leave it in the group for now until I decide what to do. Well, it wants to be straight. So I was going to insert some segments directly into the wheel, but it's the only way because this rib's got to be here. I need to have a strengthening strut right here. I don't want to put in the weaker section. It wants to be right close to the hub anyway. How much strength is there in this anyway? Let's see. Between there and there we have 5.6 millimeters. Between there and there we have 2.4 millimeters. But remember, all the weight is going to be on the outside rim anyway. Remember spinning top? A spinning top, you can spin it pretty fast and it'll balance on a needle because all the structural weight is on the actual outer rim, or that's where all the forces are exerted, on the outside rim. And you can have you can make a piece of flat paper, and you can stick a ring on the around the edge ring, and you can spin it really fast and the paper won't tear apart because all the strength is on the outside. So we don't have to worry about these struts being so thin because they're not really going to be pulling any weight. All the weight is on the outside edge around here. That's where all the strength is going to be. And obviously I can strengthen that up by wrapping tape around it, or even wire. I could use some wire around the edge to strengthen that if I want. That isn't dead straight right now. I haven't got it right yet. to this edge. I think that was a bit better. It's because we're in a group. Let's just edit group. Oops, I've lost the group now. Edit group. Now we should be able to see a bit better, more clearly. I need to measure between there. That's 1mm. And that's 1.4mm. So this thing wants to move back. So I'm going to go around that circumference. I'm going to go follow this line. Go back 0.2. So that should be spaced out on this edge now to there. That should be 1.2. On that edge to there should be 1.2 as well, as it is. So that's straight. Is this straight? 1.7. This one 1.5. Right, so this wants rotating from the middle. Oh god, this is going to be tricky. It's going to jump on me. I can see it coming. Oh. Ah, it's gone too much. Try that. 1.6. 1.6. Yeah, it's bang on now. Right, so it's only because that rectangle's at a funny angle, it looks weird. If I unhighlight that, it will look right. That should be bang on there. I think, is it inside the group? I can't remember now. Don't think it is. Edit group, edit compartment. Yes, it's inside the group, so it won't get knocked out of alignment now. I'm just going to leave one there for now because I have to decide on that. I'm still thinking about it. But remember, this is where these things come to the edge. I need to block the flux out at that point, so well, not block it, just short it out, you know, because you can't block it, you can just redirect it. So I'm going to have a think about that for a bit. But I don't want to reduce the structural integrity, obviously. I can make this outside wall bigger. I can add another ring around it and add an extra millimetre to the outside wall thickness if I want to do that. Well, it's pretty thick. The wall thickness at the moment is 2.6 millimetres, and the original one was about that, so we had no problems with that. So the one that we were testing was about 2.6, so it should be fine. Alright, I better save it where I am. Right, so I'm going to leave it there for now. I don't know how long I'll be in live for. Oh, I must have been live for 3 hours or something. Right. Let's go back to the image gallery and go back to that. And I'm going to end the stream in a minute. Oh, I've still got that wall hidden, but that won't matter. I'll unhide that later. There's a wall I hid on the stand. Never mind. Alright, thanks for watching.